LiberalViewer presents.
So the way some conservatives want to use religious liberty as an exception to anti-discrimination laws that apply to LGBT people, especially in wake of the marriage equality ruling at the Supreme Court last week. This was covered over on Fox News Sunday, where Shannon Bream confronts the marriage equality advocate Evan Wolfson with this Oregon case, this bakery that was found to have violated Oregon anti-discrimination laws because they wouldn't make a cake for a same-sex couple, two women who wanted a wedding cake. And Shannon Bream says there was also a gag order in the case, which unfortunately the marriage equality advocate wasn't really prepared to talk about. But I looked it up. I've actually put a link to the entire order down in the video description, and I'll talk about why the gag order is not what they're claiming it is after I show this clip here.
These two interests on a collision course this week on a case out of Oregon. A Christian couple owned a bakery there. They declined to do a same-sex wedding cake for a female couple. It was at a time in Oregon where same-sex marriage was not yet legal, but they've since been ordered this week to pay a $135,000 fine. And also they've been said they cannot talk about their beliefs in the context of this case. Evan, regardless of how you feel about the underlying merits of this case, do you have any concerns as an American about essentially what turns into a gag order now for this couple?
Yeah, actually, that doesn't sound right at all. If there's a gag order, it probably has more to do with the case and their own lawyers and so on. I'm quite sure that no court is telling anybody that they cannot say whatever they want to say. Sometimes, as you know, there are rules in terms of that apply to both sides with regard to during a trial. But that doesn't make any sense to me, and I just frankly don't believe that. What I do think is important to see here is that this couple, I assume, runs a business. When people run a business and open their door to the public, they must serve the public. That doesn't mean they can't say whatever they want to say. It doesn't mean they can't believe whatever they want to believe. Those are protected also, but businesses must serve the public. And that's a principle that we fought for in this country over many, many decades, when some were invoking religious freedom as an excuse to deny people on the basis of their race, on the basis of their religion, on the basis of sex, and on the basis now of sexual orientation. Let's not confuse one thing with the other. People have an absolute right to believe what they want to believe and to say what they want to say, and churches have an absolute protection to preach and do and not do whatever they choose to do within their houses of worship. But non-discrimination laws apply to the commercial marketplace, and they do protect all of us.
So they caught Evan Wolfson there kind of unawares about the supposed gag order, but like I said, I put a link down in the video description to the entire order. And the order, here's a quote of the part of the order, that they have to cease and desist from publishing, circulating, issuing, or displaying, or causing to be published, circulated, issued, or displayed any communication, notice, advertisement, sign, or any kind, the effect that any of the accommodation, advantages, facilities, services, or privileges of a place of public accommodation will be refused, withheld from, or denied to, or that any discrimination will be made against any person on account of sexual orientation. Now, that's a little bit broadly written, but if you dig down into what that actually means, what it's saying is they can't put up a sign in their business that says, "We won't make cakes for same-sex weddings." They can't advertise that they're going to discriminate in their business because they can't discriminate in their business. That's not quite the gag order that Shannon Bream claimed. But I want to know what you think. Was Fox News anchor Shannon Bream accurate in saying these Oregon bakers are subject to a gag order that says they cannot talk about their beliefs in the context of this case? And on the underlying issue, should businesses that are open to the public be allowed to use religious liberty as a justification for violating anti-discrimination laws that protect LGBT customers?
YouTube, you decide.